lot of other areas. And national laboratories around the country, like the National Renewable Energy Laboratory out in Colorado, they're looking for people. So you guys are in the right area, right project. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Abby. I'm a sophomore. I joined while I was a kid, but it was a really good opportunity, and I think it's kind of up to our generation to fix what's broken.
You guys gotta fix it. Yeah, we messed it up. You gotta fix it. Yes,
I'm Claire. I'm a junior, and I joined because one of my other teachers was talking about it, and it sounded like a really great opportunity. Yep.
Yep.
That's what
Yep. Yep. Yes, ma'am.
My name's Rochelle Radwick. I'm a junior, and I was chosen, and I decided to stay in because I thought it would be too good an opportunity to pass up for portfolio.
Yeah, very good. What do you think about it? Yes, sir.
I'm Gavin. I'm a senior. I was chosen as well, and I think it would be a wonderful opportunity to make a profound difference. So that's why I'm interested.
Where are you going to college again?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I applied to Northwestern and University of Chicago.
Those are good schools, by the way.
Yeah, I like
really good schools.
I like that area.
Okay. Okay. How many of you guys actually know each other?
Yeah, we all know each other, yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right. So you know the slackers, and everybody kind of knows who those people are, right? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, the point of
I was
it
very
was
selective.
Mr. Byars actually got he got yelled at.
Good. So nobody's the type of person that you have to remind them 10 times that they're part of the project. Okay, that's good. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Anastasia. I'm a sophomore, and I guess I got chosen. I had Mr. Byars as a teacher, and he approached me and another student in our biology class.
It's always good to have good teachers that care.
Yeah, and it sounded like a really like interesting thing, and my mom works in a similar field, so it was something I'd heard about and was interested in pursuing.
Okay, all right. Young lady.
I'm Jordan Lee. I'm a freshman, and I haven't fully made my decision whether to stay yet or not, because I haven't.
Yeah.
But I was chosen.
You can't get out.
That's how that goes.
I was chosen, and the only reason I haven't decided is because I'm a little nervous because I feel like it's going to be a little way over my head. But we have a lot of good kids in here, so.
Yeah. Good opportunity.
Pretty sure.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a quick spiel about our lab, and I want to really get into this project and talk about what we want to do to make some tangible output. So our lab in Ecotek focuses on innovation. Right? So innovation, you have folks that work on projects that seek to reproduce something that someone else has done. And then you have some folks that take projects and they say, hey, you know what, how can we make them better? We're those kind of folks. How can we make them better? Or more importantly, how can we create something out of a project portfolio that didn't exist before? So students come to our lab from all around southeastern Michigan, as far as Grand Blanc, working on projects specifically to do that, to build a portfolio in which their portfolio doesn't look like everyone else's. As a matter of fact, their resume doesn't look like everyone else's. It looks like that's a person that's going to add value. And I want to stay on that message, especially for you, you're getting ready to graduate. Value is more critical than just being around, right? So your teacher, Mr. Byars, took a lot of time to understand that there are a lot of people to choose from. There's a lot of people to choose from. You can stand at the door and they're just coming in. But at some point, the expectation is that your contribution to the team will add value, right? So your mother being involved in this type of science will drive the value of the project up, because you can go home and say, hey, Mom, you got a problem? Can you work with me on this? Folks having access to information. Even for folks that do not have someone in their home that is in this space, there's opportunities for you to add something to the process and to ask questions that otherwise would not be asked. What we did in our lab is that we created a science kit. It's called Biofuel in a Box. And it shows every student how to create biofuel. Right?
Oh, this is the bioplastic box.
That's a bioplastic, but that's just another one. Bioplastic in a box shows students how to make bioplastic. And these are very important areas of science for two reasons. This represents the next generation of science for you guys, like really. How many folks in here know how to make bioplastic? Okay, all right. So that'd be a good project for you. Biofuel. Anybody know how to make biofuel? Okay, that'd be another good project. The goal is this, to start with the baseline and then to add to it. So my recommendation is, if we work together on a biofuel project, it's not just to make biofuel, but it's to deal with some of the problems that exist with biofuel. One of them is freezing point depression. All right, I know you guys probably heard about freezing point depression in chemistry, but it's a big deal in biofuel. And I believe that it personally has a link with pH. I think the freezing point of biofuel can be depressed or decreased if you change the pH of the fuel. The other area is actually being able to take what you've done in the lab and commercialize it. And I know Mr. McKean has been really driving forward to have you understand that there's economics behind this science. It's not just science for science sake. It's really being able to build something that will allow you guys to continue to work on these things. So when you're graduates and you're a senior and you're walking out, you say, I'm out of here. Yeah. Take the classes and shove it, right? I mean, we wouldn't say that. But that's just an example. But the reality is that this program has to continue. It has to continue beyond you. So you really are setting the baseline and the framework for what's going to happen 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. That's how our lab is. There are people that are graduating now that are going off to MIT and the Naval Academy, and their projects will continue. And so I think ultimately that's what I'd like to see out of this experience, is to have you guys really set the pace for everyone else who's going to come behind you. So if this young lady's a freshman, then I have to tell you, you're going to have to carry the ball probably for another couple of years, and you'll become the senior person after everyone else is gone. And so I think you have to look at it from that perspective. It's not a project in which you say, hey, you know what, I'm just doing this for me. You really are doing this for the students that are going to come to DeWitt High School 5 years from now. You're going to set that baseline. So if it's I'm just here for me, it'd probably be better to just go, because it'll set up the opportunity down the road for other folks to really do a lot for themselves. And so I think there was a talk about some other ideas.
Yeah, I know there were a
Possibly some
couple,
other
we talked
project
last
ideas.
week, there were a couple students who had, an idea or ideas already, so, and I forgot who they were. Who has some ideas as far as projects already that you guys
Okay.
wanted to talk about? And then I think there were about 5, 6 that weren't sure, and we thought, well, if we can really focus on the 1 or 2, then we can, and we have some, a foundation kind of set there, then we can work on that.
Yep.
If not, then the other 5 or 6 can work on the bioplastic, biofuels, something like that.
Now the thought process is this: whatever you guys choose is what's going to be offered and introduced to the broader audience, right? What you guys are going to do is you're going to take it to the next level. So all the kids in the school, there'll be a segment of the students that will get introduced to bioplastic, but they'll get introduced to the concept in class or through their hands-on exposure. But you guys are going to actually do something more than that. You're not just going to learn the kit. You're going to actually, what else can we do? Can we go and make sports equipment, biodegradable sports equipment? I mean, that's kind of how I see this group, is the group that takes it to the next level, so that everyone that says, oh, I did this in our chemistry class, that was pretty nice. But they don't know the next step, and that's where you guys come in. So what are the other ideas? You have some other ideas, other project ideas.
I'm thinking about extracting lignin from newspapers
Okay.
and making it into like a more liquid form so it burns cleaner, and somehow making that more
Okay.
toward like a biofuel.
So you want the paper to burn cleaner.
No, I'm extracting the lignin from newspaper.
And what are you going to do with the lignin?
I'm putting it into a more liquid state,
You're going to liquefy it.
and so that it burns cleaner, and it burns off more energy than cellulose does, so it'll give you more energy, and so then I'm hoping to somehow get it so that it'll work with like an engine, like a car.
Oh, wow. Okay, yep. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The next project.
Because the ethanol extraction process to make like the basis of biofuels, it wastes a lot of parts of the cells and the different products that they pull the ethanol from.
Like the byproducts of
Yeah, like
ethanol?
the cellulose and the other parts of the, like cells in the corn and stuff. So I'm gonna start with just like practicing the extraction process.
Okay.
And then looking at it and finding a way to make it more efficient so they don't waste the other parts, because the other parts that aren't like ethanol can be used for other things. So companies aren't per se wasting so much money. when
So are
they
you
extract
looking
ethanol.
to find use for those other things, the
Yeah,
waste products?
We'll find use and then find a way, like when extracting ethanol, to not destroy those products, because they
Okay.
get destroyed through the process of ethanol extraction.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, one of the byproducts of biodiesel is glycerin. And they use glycerin for everything from solvents to soap products, right? I think that's a very good one. I think excellent projects. One of the things that we have to think about with our projects is our baseline and our funding, right? So a lot of these projects, I'm telling you now, you don't just grab a toothpick and a fork and you extract, lignin. The one thing that we want to do is also look at who's capable of carrying that weight. It should not be just one person. So how many other folks are thinking like these two young ladies? Anybody else thought like that yet? Okay. Is this all new to you too?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We haven't really met as a group to talk about
Okay.
different ideas or somehow
All right.
figure out what they were on and to think as individuals.
Yeah.
We would come back and then start working.
You know what, if I'm a betting person, I'd go after Biofuel 101 to get through it.